Now, I love Chicago, and I'm fortunate enough in what I do that I get to travel there for work, this time for Neocon and Design Days. Now, the last time I was there was in 2023, and Chicago was noticeably quieter in the CBD, clearly a result of COVID. At that stage, the council was trying very hard to work out ways to get more people into the city. So part of this trip is also to see what Chicago's like 2 years on from the last time I was there. More importantly though, it's to connect with industry colleagues, suppliers, look at trends, meet new people, have a look at what some of the other major furniture suppliers are doing, but also have a good time. So I hope you enjoy this. After a haircut, I checked into Air New Zealand Lounge in Wellington, then on to Auckland before boarding the flight to LAX and into the States. And yes, like anywhere else from New Zealand, it's a bloody long way away. But after 20 odd hours, I finally boarded my flight to Chicago, arriving late at night. This is clearly not late at night. Entering the Moxie Hotel, which resembles something more like a nightclub, and with my suitcases feeling kind of silly and really just needing to have a decent sleep. After a decent sleep, I managed to get a quick workout in at the Moxie. Well, not quite as quick as that looks. I always thought it looked cool working out. I'm clearly wrong. Then on foot to look at the beautiful buildings that make up the architectural landscape that Chicago is so well known for, along the beautiful river, which isn't frozen at this time of year, and something that you must go on for an architectural tour, before back to the Moxie for a much needed brekkie. And off to collect my badge at the Mart before a well-earned coffee. Blue Bottle Coffee, which I discovered in San Francisco many years ago, is right next to the Merchandise Mart in the bottom of the Salesforce Tower, and by far the best place to get a coffee anywhere near there. I can order a long black without getting a sideways look, and they know exactly what a flat white is. And right now, it's exactly what I needed before I headed on my tour of the Ramova Theatre. This is the Ramova Theatre in Bridgeport, Chicago. We were taken on a behind-the-scenes tour by Tyler and Emily Nevis, who led the rehabilitation project from 2017, and architect Dan, who talked extensively about the design, including the bathrooms that were made to look like those out of The Shining. But more importantly, the extensive work that went into rehabilitating this 1920s theatre that had been left to ruin, including improvements to the structural, services and acoustics in the building, which will come as no surprise when you know the owners include Quincy Jones, Jennifer Hudson and Chance the Rapper. And you're about to see the main reason why I decided to come on this tour. Other Half Brewing is part of the Ramova Theatre, building on their legacy of fostering community in Bridgeport, making Ramova a place for neighbours to gather, and for me to have my first beer of the day. Then it was over to Fulton Markets to catch up with our partner's room at the new OFS showroom, where I got to check out the new Room S, Room N and Room L meeting booths. I was pretty impressed, and finished up my time at OFS having a beer, getting ready for a busy day tomorrow at the Mart. The morning started off with me catching up with some of our great partners, many of whom had won awards, before shooting over to Okamura to have some whiskey tasting. Then it was over to CMS to catch up with Mac, who introduced me to the new mobile asset management software, a fantastic innovation for the modern workplace.
Got an app that we supply, and it's just an LED just to show it, makes it a bit easier to understand the power turning on and off. So it's as simple as scanning the QR code on top of the battery. And then it connects. So that the lights come on the battery now. It is connected to this user. And then once you return it to the dock, you go onto the battery, return power bank, yes, and it switches it off.
Then I was off to go have a little buddy with my buddies at Boss Design before we headed to Technion for their Design Days opening party. Day one highlights. Boss Design's new seating range in this awesome colourway you can see here. The innovative acoustic solutions out of wool and PET materials and the way the mobile meeting pod has been elevated through smart technology, improving privacy, lighting, and airflow. Oh, and of course, the whiskey and the beers.